Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is a review of one of my older works, the first grade Zaku II by Bandai. It's a very simplistic kit, but the detail is quite astonishing. At 1:144 scale, this is almost a replica of the perfect grade Zaku II. As the articulation may be very ugly, when glued together in a still kit like this and used for diorama fodder or a main kit, it's quite pleasing to look at. This kit was paintbrushed using Tamiya acrylics. This is well before I got into spray cans or airbrushing. To my knowledge, this was built around 2005 and 2006. I bought it in the city for about $12 at a comic book shop, and the inspiration was when I was playing the video game Federation vs. Xeon on the PlayStation 2. I played the demo when my brother bought his PlayStation 2 fairly new when it came out, and was intrigued by the game, which led me to watching the show many years later. Now, besides not being able to see seam lines clearly, one of the first major modifications on my second kit was this gash on the chest. As looking at it now, it may not be realistic to the type of series it is. I used a bit of a master grade headpiece of an RX-78 from a hobby magazine and glued it back there after doing some damage with a Dremel and putty. This looks like there's mechanical detail inside. I also remember losing the back shoulder piece and glued a bit of master grade detail in there as well and surrounded it by putty just to make it look like it was blown open. A military resin bag was added to the back of the leg. I wasn't 100% sure about the scale of this thing, but you could imagine it kept tools or large repair bits or ammunition inside, probably flares. Now to the decals. They were given to me by my friend, the owner of Ozanimart in Little Burke Street in the city. When his store was fairly new, he came across a hobby magazine with some water slide decals, which was just appropriate for this project. Me being the only modeler he knew, he gifted them to me, which I was able to use on this kit. At the time, I didn't have any Gundam waterslide decals besides the Zeta. Previously being into Warhammer, dioramas and bases have always interested me, and this was made using wood putty mixed with PVA glue, sprinkled with sand on top, and the two trees are from a railway supply shop. They're all also painted in acrylics. Back then, I also used Gundam markers to fill in panel lines. I only had a black one, and it's suited for dark coloured kits like so. If I used it on a lighter colour kit without a grey marker, it would look too good. Smaller bits of detail was inked using the Citadel washes. Some dry brushing was done on metallic bits and very light amounts of dirt and silver around the place, realistically. When I was playing the Federation vs. Xeon game, I was very drawn to the Xeon suit straight away without knowing anything about the story or gameplay. The Zaku, Gelgoogs and Marine suits were a lot more fun to play than GMs and Gundams. When I watched the series, of course I started liking Zakus more and more. This is probably a nice little bit of insight in the origins of my hobby, and roughly where I stood when I was a beginner. Starting in the field of military modelling, I never grasped the concept of snapping, and built, puttied, then painted, instead of doing the whole breakdown of parts. I had different issues starting out to other people, but I'm glad where I stand today as a modeler. Thank you for watching, and until next time.